else.
That, talking about the opera, is where you got your start in show business, isn't it?
My very first professional job was in the opera Carmen.
I wondered why you were in the opera. Now I know you have an Italian father.
Yeah. But
so what happened? How did that happen?
Well, because the opera Carmen is about Spain. See, all of them, all of the tunes, all of the music is Spain. It's in Italian, but it's about Spain. You know that. So, what I did, I danced on a table. A little girl dancing on a table with a castanets and the whole thing.
That is so great. Did you want to be in show business then?
All my life, you did? Yeah, I'm not one of those people who guessed and fooled around and and did well. I want to major in philosophy and then no, I think I'll be a journalist. No, I always knew since I was a child that I wanted to be in entertainment.
So that's why you had these great voiceover qualities with different kinds of accents, because you do voiceover too, right?
Yes.
But English, with an English accent?
Some of them, yes.
Yeah.
I'm the voice of Helena in Ingmar Bergman's Fanny and Alexander. That certainly has nothing Hispanic about it or Italian.
No.
And but I am the voice. That was in English. I'm the English voice of Helena
that's right.
in Bergman's Fanny and Alexander. I'm the English voice of Giulietta Messina in Ginger and Fred.
Oh,
I am the Spanish voice of the gargoyle in The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
So it's so amazing to me what you can do with your voice. Did you ever think you'd sing opera?
No, I didn't sing opera. I danced in the opera.
But could you sing? Because of your voice quality and what you can do.
I spent more than 20 years as a singer, and I just came back from the state of Washington, in which I went ostensibly for a singing engagement.
Yeah, so you are a singer.
Oh, definitely.
And a dancer.
Yes, dancer, then I became a singer, and then I became an actress.
So what kind of singing do you do?
Mainly Latin jazz, but I like standards, and I like straight ahead Latin music.
And contemporary?
And I like pop, but if you were to say which have you done more of, it would tend to be Latin jazz.
Would be Latin jazz, and you've taken it to Europe, to Japan?
Yes, to Australia, where I lived for 4 years.
Yes, how did that happen?
I was working at the Flamingo Hotel in Las Vegas, and
doing what?
Singing.
Singing. Okay.
Singing. And, and then an Australian agent saw the act, and at the time I was married, and my husband and I used to sing mainly together, but often he would have his solo shows and I would have mine. So we were both contracted to go to Australia, and that's how that happened.
And you had a talk show there.
We had a variety show.
A variety?
A musical variety show in which I sang and I danced.
But was it on TV?
Yeah.
And what did you do? Were you the hostess?
Yes.
You did?
I hosted, sang, danced, interviewed, talked, did everything that you do when you host a show,
You sang cabaret with Jerry Jackson, is that who?
Jerry Jackson is the artistic director of the Folies Bergère in Las Vegas, and was also for the Parisian version as well. He's my daughter's godfather, and one of my dearest, closest friends.
He's a very big name, isn't he?
Oh, you bet. Yeah, and he's a genius.
So when you worked in the Folies Bergère?
No, but I have done work for Jerry for various shows.
He did Harry Belafonte?
No, he didn't.
Oh, he didn't do that?
No, I didn't. I was in the Harry Belafonte show, but that had nothing to do with Jerry.
No, so what did you do in the Harry Belafonte show?
I sang and I danced.
You did. And Perez Prado?
I sang and I danced.
Oh, boy. You did something. And choreography?
Did a lot of my own choreography, and I have done choreography for other acts and for other performers.
Barry Manilow?
In Barry's show, I danced. In Barry's show, I danced as a featured dancer, but I also did a bag lady. And then I danced, but I also acted.
So you were acting.
Mm-hmm.
You have been with the greats.
I've been fortunate, I think.
You are so wonderful to do that. When you did your variety show, that didn't morph into anything else then. You didn't become a talk show host.
Well, when I came back to the United States, then I hosted a straight-ahead talk show at KTLA.
Oh, then it did not morph, but it did kind of lead into that.
It helped that I had already hosted a show for sure.
And did it concentrate on just entertainers or Latin issues?
You know what that show was? It was about Latinos in the community of exceptional achievement. So we had artists, we had politicians, we had actors, we had writers, authors, and all that. But that was the subject.
Did you have to learn a different skill to be a talk show host? I'm trying to get some tips from you.
Well, you know, actually, no. I think the secret of if I were to be asked what would you advise, or what would be the secret to being a good talk show host, would be just to talk to the people like you would talk to the people, like you would talk to your best friend, or like you would talk to your neighbor. And I think that quality comes through, and it becomes engaging and endearing because it's warm.
But that's how you are as a guest, my dear.
Thank you. Thank you.
You love to cook for small little groups. What's your favorite menu before we leave?
I think there's no favorite cuisine, but I love to cook Italian. I love to cook Greek. I love to cook Spanish, but the Spanish is so vast because it can be Cuban, it could be Mexican, it could be Puerto Rican, and I have friends from all walks of life, so I'm always learning things.
Do you mix all those? The Cuban?
No,
do you know how to do?
If I cook something, it'll be a specific dish and from a specific culture. Yeah.
Well, we're so happy you came on.
Well, thank you, Joan.
And thank you for being with us, and we'll look for you in all these great roles.
Well, thank you very much, and it's been a pleasure to be with you. I had heard so much about you.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thanks, Renee.
You're very welcome.
And thank you for watching the Joan Quinn Profiles. Keep writing to 777 South Figueroa, 44th floor, Los Angeles, 90017. We'll see you next time.